Today, I will be busting every myth with the new rock ability in Stumble Guy. Starting with, can you switch with someone when using the rock? So what he wants to know, if Imistar switches with me, will I switch and still keep the rock effect, or will the rock completely disappear? So Imistar, switch with me right now. What is going to happen? And, oh my, the rock disappears and you do not keep the rock effect. So that's basically a way to shut down the rock if you do not have the shutdown emote. Let's move into the next myth, and I have so many crazy myths in this video, and we're going to get by them super fast. Speaking of shutting down, we're going to be testing a Yusha's myth where he asks, can you shut down someone with the rock? So I'm going to use the rock, and Imistar is going to shut me down. Can he cancel it? And yes, that myth is confirmed. So far, this emote seems very defendable. And while we're here, Plays Edit asks, can you ignite TNT while you are a rock? So that's a good way to set off TNT for your opponents and not get affected by the explosion at all. Let's test it out in this game right here. Okay, so here is TNT. Can we set it off? And you can, and you do not get moved by it at all. That is insane. That myth is also confirmed. That is going to be one of the best techniques in Legendary Block Dash, just like this. So I'm going to use the TNT to set it off, and watch out. Okay. Okay, let's move into the next myth, and I'm not joking, this might be the best myth video ever. And for this next myth, Ritwick asks, someone said the rock can be hugged. For the matter, can any ability interact in the way with the rock, or is it completely impervious? I have no idea what that word means, so he's way smarter than me, but let's see if you can hug the rock wall. So I'm gonna use the rock wall. Let's see if Imistar can hug me when I'm inside the rock. So he's gonna walk up to me, and as you can see, it does not work, because once I get out, he officially latches onto me. So that is the first busted myth. But while we're here, Scribe SG asks, can you gust someone who is inside the rock slam? So I'm gonna use the rock slam. Imistar is going to gust me. Will it move me at all? And hold on, there's no way this actually works, and it does. Wow, that myth is confirmed. You can gust someone inside the rock slam. But while we're here, let's test if you can punch somebody inside the rock slam. So Imistar, what I want you to do is punch me, and it works. Oh my god, this emote is crazy. That is insane. I honestly thought this was way more broken than it truly is. That myth is confirmed. Let's move into the next one, and this is going to get interesting. All right, and for this next myth, Zin Helen asks, what if you rock and someone goes on top of them and then rocks again? Do you break the person's rock that's on the bottom? That is such a good idea, man. So we're gonna test it out right now to see if I'm gonna break Imistar's rock, or I'm just gonna go on top of him. So Imistar's gonna rock, I'm gonna go on top of him, rock him, and I genuinely just went through him. That is insane. We're gonna try that one more time, but this time Imistar is gonna go on top of me. Okay, so I'm gonna use the rock slam. Imistar, you're gonna go on top of me. What is going to happen? And oh my god, it does break the other person's rock. So just like how the punch breaks it, you can break the other person's rock if you rock slam on top of them. That's so confusing, but that myth is confirmed. I would have never thought that would work. All right, so this next person asks, can someone push you with their body when you are in rock form? So usually I thought the rock was so sturdy to where nothing can move you, but obviously in this video that's getting busted because you can punch yourself, you can rock yourself. Like, there's so many things to move the rock. So can Imistar move me if he literally has no emotes? So Emmy, I'm gonna go to the rock. Can you move me? And yes, you can, but it is super slow. But that means if you're at the edge with the rock slam and he tries to push you, as you can see, it does work, and that myth is confirmed. The rock ability is becoming less and less of a chance to reach into my ability loadout. It's honestly pretty bad. Let's move into the next myth, and this one is going to be absolutely shocking. Okay, so for this next myth, I cannot believe I did not test this out in the tips and tricks video. Pixel Studio asks, can you phase with the rock slam ability? Now, I'm not even sure how it would try and phase with it, because all the emote does is go up. Like, I don't know if you could like click it at the same exact time. I have no idea how I could try and test this myth out, but I do have the #1 player here, so we're gonna be testing out for the rest of this game, see if there's a way to phase with the ability. No, I'm good. I'm cooked. Like, the only way I could think of doing it is kind of something like that, but you're only clicking the ability after you phase. So you're just doing a normal phase and then just using the rock slam right after. And then the last way I thought of is maybe just diving at the wall like this and then using the rock slam, but obviously you're not gonna phase if you only do that right there. So dude, I just did another one, bro. That's insane. Me or Imistar cannot think of a single way to phase with this new ability, so that myth is unfortunately busted. I really wanted to see that work. And while we're here, this next myth is absolutely insane. Funny Fire SG asks, if you are on the 3-block formation and use the rock where the broken blocks are, can you make it past the 3 blocks by jumping and diving? Now, if that didn't make any sense, I completely understand. I probably read the message wrong. I'm gonna show you exactly what he means by that in this game right here. So basically what he means, usually you can't get over the 3 block with the rock slam, but if you rock slam right here, and oh my god, if you rock slam on the broken block, you can get over it. That's genuinely insane, because at first I only thought the rock slam was high enough to go over 2, but now that you can go over 3, that is insanity. Now my question is, can it work even on the 3 block without the broken block? So let's test that out. And yes, so it doesn't even need to be a broken block there. You can get past the 3 block formation with the rock slam ability. All right, so KM8 asks, when you are a rock, can someone stand or use you as a staircase? Which that would be insane chemistry with your teammate if you could give them a free pass up if they don't have the rock ability, because we all know you can get over 3 blocks, 2 blocks with the rock ability. Could your teammate get on top of your head to get over the formations themselves? So in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna use the rock. Can Imistar jump on top of me? And yes, he can. That is for sure a myth confirmed. But while we're here, we have another myth from someone else. Glitch Pro SG asks, can you break blocks in Block Dash by standing on them? So as you all know, kick can break broken blocks if you kick them, just like that. So basically what he's asking, can I do that same thing but with the rock slam? I mean, it makes sense. It slams stuff around it. So let's test it out right now. So we're gonna rock slam on top of this broken block. Will it break it? Let's see. And no, that's so dumb. Why does it not break it? It would make so much sense if the rock slam ability broke broken blocks in this game. That myth is unfortunately busted. Let's move into the next myth, and this one is insane. So Rubik QE asked, in any map, if someone kicks you, will you get kicked or not when you are inside the rock? So we know punch works, we know gust, we know it's very, very hard to defend yourself inside a rock, but what about the kick emote? So Imistar, try and kick me, and wow, okay, so rock does defend a kick. You will not get kicked. That myth is confirmed, which that's crazy. I don't know why punch works, but kick does not. But thankfully, Real Show 777 also asked, can the rock stop a briefcase? So if I'm a rock and Imistar briefcase me, what will happen? So let's go right here. He's gonna briefcase me, and okay, the rock cannot stop a briefcase. That myth is busted. Okay, so for this next myth, the #1 player literally had a crazy idea. He said, how fast can the rock push you to the floor if you are super high? So we have extras, so we're gonna go super high with extras and see how fast the rock slam can actually slam on the ground, especially in a map like Rush Hour. So let's do a time lapse and we will see you guys at the top and the height limit of this map. Imistar's going down, and I'm going to see if I can completely time it on him to kill him from the very max height limit. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, rock slam, and that myth is busted. You do go down faster, but I do not think it would serve any purpose, and I don't think you'll ever be that high in Rush Hour ever. I think that was just a complete waste. Okay, so this might be the smartest thing I've ever read. The Real Virix said, if you are on top of someone, use the rock, but before you hit them, they use the rewind ability and they spawn inside of you, what would happen? So it's very hard to explain and like have you guys understand, so we're just gonna do it and show you guys, and we're gonna see if it's confirmed or busted. So Imistar, here we go. I am going to rock slam on top of you. He is going to rewind. He's going to spawn inside of me, and no, he spawns outside of me. That would be insane if Imistar could become in the same exact rock as me. But now we're going to do it from the other point of view. So in 3, 2, 1, and yeah, so you can see from both point of views, that myth is busted. It does not work. Honestly, I was very, very shocked on how smart you are to think of that, Virix. Shout out to you, man. Okay, so unfortunately, Imistar had to go do #1 player thing, but Jitshub asks, can you get a double boost energy from UFO and Abduction Avenue after you convert to the rock? So we all know with the UFO, these types of maps, you get a crazy sin, one of the biggest sins in the entire game. But what happens if I use the rock inside of it? First of all, will I even get sent up? And if I do get sent up, how big will the boost even be? So here we go. I'm super excited. 3, 2, 1, rock slam, and you don't even get sent up when you are inside of the rock. So in 3, 2, 1, use the rock slam, and you still go down. So the rock slam is so powerful, you can defy gravity in the biggest sin in the entire map. Jitshub, I'm super sorry, bro, but your myth is unfortunately busted to the complete max. And unfortunately for the next myth, Gaines asked, you can't underblock while being a rock. And I just knew someone was gonna ask this. Can you underblock with the rock slam? Bro, I do not want to try this, but I have to do at least 3 attempts to make sure it's confirmed or busted. Here we go. Next attempt. Can you underblock? Bro, what am I even doing? Now, obviously, for this last attempt, if I'm not able to hit it here, that does not mean it is a busted myth. It just means I'm not good enough to do it. So here we go with the final attempt. I have no idea how I'm supposed to do this, but let's rock slam, jump now. And honestly, pretty good. But if you're a pro, make a video on it and tag me so I can know if it's busted or confirmed. And for that one, I'm just going to say, I don't know. Let's move into the next myth. But for this next myth, Runima Oja said, can the rock ability protect you from the snowballs in Yeti Eats? And if you guys do not know, the snowballs are one of the most powerful things in Yeti Eats, especially the avalanche that comes down. So here is the avalanche. What is going to happen? And no, the rock slam does not stop the avalanche. The avalanche is one of the most powerful things in the entire game, and it is too big for the rock to be able to protect you. That myth is officially busted. And for the second to final myth, I Never Gives Up asked, can you rock slam on top of a trampoline and go super, super high? So not only do I have a trampoline, I'm also going to test it out on the bouncer, because in Icy Heights, they have both the trampoline and the bouncer. So I'm going to rock slam on top of it, spam my jump, and it does not seem like anything is going to happen. Even if you rock slam at the height of your jump and go down and get on top of the bouncer, as you can see, absolutely nothing happens. And obviously, if I had to guess, I do not think that I'm going to bounce super, super high on this trampoline, but here we go, jump on it, and okay, I mean, at least you bounce. That myth is unfortunately busted. You cannot bounce super high on top of the trampoline. And for the final myth, I cannot believe I did not see anybody ask how to use it in Super Slide. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be that good, but what happens? Do you slide down? Do you just stand still? Let's test it out for the final myth of the entire video. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. You use the rock slam and you just, oh, you basically, yeah, you just stop. So this might be the worst map in the entire world for the rock slam ability. Unless if someone is behind you and you want to like stop them in the tracks and just like that and time it perfectly, but that would be so hard to time to where it would not be worth it to use the rock slam. Well, I will be completely honest with the recap of this video. I do think the rock slam went a little bit down on my tier list. I thought it was going to be S tier, but it's probably more like A or B. Now, I definitely overglazed it in the original video. I saw a lot of people saying I overglazed it, and I completely agree with you guys now. Pretty surprising me, but thank you all so much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.